Podcast Fresh.
We got a trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Rohirrim? Chris, is that right?
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Rohirrim. All right. I'm going to let you lead because you are the Lord of the Rings man on this podcast.
I didn't, I had no idea this movie was coming out. Right. I mean, obviously, I'd heard about the Peter Jackson movies that they're doing, and obviously, the Rings of Power that's on TV right now. But this was interesting. I saw the trailer, the first 30 seconds, 45 seconds of this trailer calls to my heart because it shows imagery of the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. So it sets up a story here. It's an animated movie. But as the trailer goes along, it appears to be another girl boss movie. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we've seen so much of it that now it's like, it feels a little bit forced. But now you're going to promise me that this is going to be really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I have nothing against, putting a girl boss in there or anything like that. But it feels like a bait and switch, especially with the way the trailer starts playing on the old stuff. But the story is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be focused on the king so much, but on this sort of nameless female character that can fight that nobody's ever heard of. So I'm open-minded. I just don't know. I really don't know where it's going to land once this comes out. But from a graphical standpoint, it looks amazing. Ryan, any interest in watching this?
You know what's funny? So the vibe I get the minute I started watching this trailer, once I saw the animation, by the way, looks incredible. Like, I love the way it looks. It's giving me a lot of Castlevania vibes from the Netflix show they did.
Nice.
And I was a fan. I watched the first season of it. Man, I got to get back to that now that I'm talking about it. But I watched the first season of that, and I really love the animation that they showed. And this looks more of like a brighter take on that same animation. I even had to look up if it was by the same people. It's not, but I was convinced it was for a second. No, man, it looks really, really good. I have never seen a Lord of the Rings movie, so I don't even know if I should start with this. That's the one thing that's kind of holding me back. I don't know if I need knowledge. I'm sure having knowledge would, enhance the experience, but I just don't know if I'll be lost watching this or whatever. But I gotta say, if it wasn't called Lord of the Rings, like if it was something else, I'd probably put this on a list somewhere to get to because I liked it that much. The animation was like so sophisticated, man. It was awesome. Coming from a legend, Kenji Kamiyama, he did a lot of stuff for Ghost in the Shell. That thing, and then Wild Arms, which they turned into a game after, or it is based on a game, something like that. So he's kind of like a legend in this field. So for him to take on Lord of the Rings is kind of cool. So yeah, if you watch this, I would love a review from you, and then that might entice me and push me further for sure.
Yeah, this is cool. He's also worked on Akira, which is a legendary 1988 movie. So it's got the right recipe. I just don't know where it's going to land. I don't think you need to watch previous Lord of the Rings to sort of understand it. I mean, there's so much Lord of the Rings lore. Like, there's piles of books. Besides the trilogy and The Hobbit, there's all kinds of other books that came out that tells a story before and after the events of that trilogy, the events of The Hobbit. So there's a ton of stuff. By no means a hardcore, but I would say I'm an enthusiast of the movies, and I was 20, 21 years old right around the year 2000, 2001, when everything was just Lord of the Rings mania. Everything was just crazy. I remember the bookstores, if you remember what those look like. Oh, yeah. Just stacks and stacks. You would walk in and it'll be all Lord of the Rings, just books and people going nuts. And of course, you had your Lord of the Rings camp and then sort of your Harry Potter camp. And that was kind of like your WWE, WCW. So again, all the right recipes here, but the trailer very smart, trying to capture sort of a lot of nostalgia of that original trilogy. Remains to be seen, but you're right. Beautiful, great director there. So again, all the right stuff, but we'll see what happens. The story just seems a little bit retreaded a little bit. Whether it's Star Wars with the girl boss, right? All these other stories that have sort of gone in that direction. But I might give this a chance, and I think I will check it out. And this one's coming out on IMAX, so if you really want to watch it nice and loud and beautiful, big ass screen TV, you're going to be able to do that. When's this one dropping, Ryan?
I'm not sure.
I think it's coming Christmas time as well.
Damn, Christmas is getting busy. Yeah, 11th of December.
December 13. December 13 expected.
Oh, so why did it say 11? Oh, internationally 11, I guess, in other places.
There you go. So it's in post-production right now.
Yeah.
So there you go. And we'll see. Hopefully it's not... Well, people are worried as now they're just padding everything out, a la Star Wars, like I just mentioned, where you have a bunch of new TV series like The Acolyte that just got canceled after one season, and a bunch of other hits and misses that they've had over the years. But I'm open-minded about this one.
You know what? I forgot that this was a movie. I thought it was I don't know if in my mind this was a show, but because it's a movie, that it entices me more to like just get through it and watch it. Because, it's kind of like what you said. Once you have like a TV show, it's just like, man, there's a commitment right there. And, a lot of things like can't hold you for that long. Like I've fallen off so many like Marvel shows because it's like, why am I even watching this at this point? I can't imagine what it's like to be a Star Wars fan right now with all the stuff they have. So it's like, this is a good call that they made it a movie, honestly.